Hello everyone, my name is Wycliffe Nyafwanga, and today I want us to talk about something that is also very key and fundamental in fundraising. And what I'm going to talk about this moment is how do you build an NGO system to support fundraising? How do you build your NGO system to support fundraising? It is very interesting that many times when we are invited by, let's say, an organization, they want you to support them, to help them do fundraising, and you sit down with them for 2 minutes, just asking them, tell me more about your NGO. You get the feeling and the evidence that most of them do not have that capacity to produce an evidence or to articulate what they are doing, where they are, where they want to go, what they've achieved, and how they've achieved what they've achieved. So today, because this is the foundation of any NGO fundraising, talk to any international NGO, talk to any agency, they will tell you that the foundation to fundraising is building internal systems of organization. Now, let us begin. What are the systems? Systems are the structures that organizations have put in place so as to project it or elevate its propensity or viability for funding. Most donors would not mind funding an organization as long as they can see the evidence of change, as long as they can see what is called the integrity in the management, the programmatic, and all this rounded together to provide what we call the organizational system. Now, there are 5 essential strategies that you are supposed to develop in order for your organization to be funded. You can do this and follow them through and come back in the next 6 months or 7 months after implementing what I'm telling you, and you should be able to see an uptick in the resources that you are getting as an organization. Number 1, an organization must have what is called a strategic pillar. If you check any profile of an organization, they will tell you that organization ABC was founded this year and it was founded to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4. Our thematic priorities are number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Maybe livelihood, human rights, health, as well as, let's say, WASH. Very, very categorical. And in each and every sector, the organization will tell you that in each sector, for example, WASH, we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our objective is this, our mission is this, and our vision is this. That is the first step that a donor will check out to see whether their programmatic priority aligns with the US. Once you do that, and that is what is established sometimes in the profile, I open your website, I check your website from top to bottom. It is easy for me to identify in the next 45 seconds whether these strategic pillars are outlined quite well. Number 2, you have to have what is called strategic plan. A strategic plan is a document that tells you where you are, where you want to be, and how you want to be there, because those are the 3 elements of a strategic plan. That tells you that maybe in the next 3 years, you want to reach 10,000 households with the livelihood program. That gives you a clarity. Remember, it is from that strategic plan that you develop what is called the strategic pillars and objectives, which you pursue to achieve the outcome of the strategic plan. Now, the strategic plan has got the deliverable, has got a strategic objective, it has got a time frame, it has got performance indicators, it has got the person responsible, and many times the resources that are needed to achieve the outcome that you want to achieve. So that is a very important element. And as I talk to most of local organizations, I tell them you don't have to do a very complicated strategic plan of 54 pages. You can just develop a brief document, 12 pages or less, with strategic pillars that you can easily implement. Now, remember, it is from the strategic plan that you are able to implement what is called a fundraising plan, because a fundraising plan will help you to achieve the strategic pillars. So from my fundraising plan, I will have to review your strategic plan, and I realize that if in the next 1 year you want to reach 5,000 households with the WASH facilities, therefore the fundraising should be able to give you resources to achieve that. That is why you cannot develop a fundraising plan unless you have a strategic plan. Now, if you are already developed what we call those strategic pillars very well, the mission of the organization, the vision of the organization, then it becomes very easy for you now to flow easily to develop strategic plan and fundraising plan. And a very, very important element that is coming up next is what we call branding and communication strategy. Many organizations attract donors. So can you communicate what you are doing? Can you interact with the donors in another level of what you're doing? That is why many organizations either they do what is called, they have weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual newsletter or social media handles where they communicate what they are doing, and they communicate it through what we call result-based management framework. I will actually do a video later on, but you should be able to have a strategic branding and communication strategy. When you hear of United Nations, there is some thoughts that cross your mind. When you think of USAID, which was closed, there are thoughts that cross your mind. When you think of Oxfam or any international NGO, what they have done is that they have branded their organization to an international brand. And lastly, what you also need to do is what is called networking plan. I tell people that most international organizations or any other organizations that have succeeded, they don't do fundraising on a blank scope. They work with the donors procedurally through a process of networking. But you can only network if you've already developed the elements I'm talking about, because when I now meet a potential donor, I am able to communicate to him or her using the strategic pillar, the strategic plan, the fundraising plan, and of course, I have an organization that I can give them brochure or I can give them a link to check online. They can see a clear brand and a clear communication strategy. And this is what we do for most of the time when we are reviewing proposal. Do we have a brand and do we have evidence of the brand? The evidence of the brand is the change that you're creating in the community, and that is what will set you apart. So go and make these pillars, implement them holistically. Do what is called circle back. Circle back is that if you cannot achieve what you planned, you sit down and retrospect and reflect. Why did we fail? What are the gaps? And you rework on those gaps procedurally and consistently. Ultimately, you should be able to position your NGO at a level that funds will begin to flow, and there is no any other alternative. This is a working parameter. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Go put this into action and your organization will succeed. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye for now.